So in this video we're going to look at the virtual machine, which of course is for doing the optional programming assignments in the compilers course. So we're going to start right from the very beginning. So course for our website, go to class, the VM, and instructions on setting up the VM. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is download VirtualBox, and then the second thing is to get the virtual machine image. So going to the downloads page and choose my platform. Right, so while that's downloading, the compiler's VM is 700 meg, so I've already downloaded it because it would take a while. So if we go inside, we've got two files here. I'm just going to extract them. Right, and meanwhile our download of VirtualBox has finished. So I'm just going to run that. And just press next, take all the default options, and okay, so it's going to reset the network, and so that's installing now. Okay, so VirtualBox is installed now, so I'm going to go into our VM here and go into its settings, because I want to create a shared folder. So I can create a new folder called shared, and I'm just going to copy its location into here. Right, so having created the shared folder, we're ready to boot up the virtual machine. This is going to take a while, of course. Right, now that the VM has booted up, we want to take a look at the first assignment. So I'm going to bring up a terminal here. And I'm going to create a folder to put our assignment in. Right, now if we go back to the course for our website, these are the assignment instructions. There's a make command which we have to run, and this is different depending on whether you plan on using C++ or Java. Because we're not going to do any programming in this video, I don't think it makes any difference at all which one we choose, but I'm going to take the Java one. Right, and this command, it copies quite a lot of things into our assignment folder. So I'm just bringing up a file manager so we can take a quick look at that. Okay, so it's created a number of files here. The most important one is call.lex because that's where we're going to add our code. under Applications Accessories, there's a simple text editor called LeafPad. So we can drag it in here and take a look at it. So once we've added our code to it, we'll want to run the make command to build the Lexer, which is simply make Lexer. Now we want to run the Lexer. Now there's a file in here called test.cl. So if we run that, what we find is that there's a whole bunch of characters that we haven't matched, that the Lexer hasn't matched, and that's because I haven't put any code into call.lex. If we want to see what it should look like, the reference Lexer is also on the system, and that's the output that the Lexer should generate once we've finished writing it. So now we need some sort of editor to work on call.lex, and it will perhaps be easiest if we work on the host machine rather than the virtual machine. So let's set up that shared folder. So I'm back in home and I'm just creating a folder called shared, and now I'm going to mount the shared folder onto it. Okay, so if we come back into the file manager and we copy call.lex and paste it into the shared folder, we should now find, when we come back onto the host, there's the call.lex file, and we can open up whatever text editor or development tool we feel most comfortable with, and there we are. Now this mount command is quite involved, and it has to be done every time you start the virtual machine, so let's just automate that quickly. So the text editor is called LeafPad, and there is a hidden file called bashrc that's run that's run sometime on startup. So I'm just going to add that command there and save. So hopefully next time we start the virtual machine, that should be mounted now. Okay, so let's suppose we've done the assignment and we're ready to grade it. So there's a command here that gets the grading script. So I've just copied that. I'm going to go back into the assignment folder and paste that there. And also on that web page was the command that we need to run the script. So here goes. And you can see we're getting a lot of errors here. I haven't put any code at all into call.lex apart from what we began with, so we should score 0 out of a possible 63 points. So as expected, we've got 0 out of 63. So we go into the file manager because I just want to show you what the grading script has done. It's created a folder called grading, and in it are a bunch of call files. So it's a tests that it's run. So they're potentially very useful, and the test output is here. And so this is the ideal output. There's a bunch of files somewhere called .unfit, which are the ones where we didn't get it quite right, and there's some diff files which are just a comparison between the two. Okay, so that concludes our tour of the virtual machine. We should now be in a position where we can start the assignment. So thanks very much and good luck.